Hello, hello, hello. I'm just finishing up this cola. Just at my late dinner, and I'm at the ShenZhen airport. Who's in the chat today? Hi guys. Let me know if my sound is good today. Hey, work in progress. Welcome to the stream, Nick Lee. Stay at the airport tonight. Well, in a sense, because I'll be checking in at about 5 a.m. So not really a stay. So I thought I'd just fire up the camera, get on live, and chat you guys for a bit. Thanks, book in progress. So, I'm actually waiting for my flight to Chongqing in the morning. And it's a 7 a.m. flight, so I gotta be at the airport by 5. So I thought, instead of coming here in a wee hours in the morning in taxi, because the subway would not have been open by then, I thought I'll stay at the airport tonight, and in the meantime, just, we'll show you around, right? We'll take a walk in the airport, and you guys can have a look at what ShenZhen airport is like. I'm currently in a ramen shop, actually. Just finished my bowl of ramen. So tell you what, I will take you guys around and check out what's available around this area. And then we'll come back to pick up our luggage. All right, so let's go. All right, so that's the ramen shop that I was having my ramen in. And apparently this is the part of the terminal where you actually exit and then you go get your transportation back home, taxis, private car. All right, so this is a bit of how the area looks like. And I will be bringing you guys to have a look at something I saw quite interesting. It's a tree that has LED screens as the leaves. So it's pretty interesting. Hey Bernard, welcome to the stream, Bernard. Bernard, right? It's not Bernard. Sorry about that. Daniel Pang, Daniel, welcome to the stream. And YX Sun, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me this evening. Tell you what, guys, would you guys like to come on the stream with me to have a face-to-face chat? Let me know in the comment section. All right, so this is it. Check this out. This is a tree that has lots of LEDs screen. Well, LCD screen, sorry. LCD screen. And yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. Isn't it interesting? Well, we need to wear masks. I'm just taking it off because I'm talking to you guys. Do you want me to wear the mask? All right. So I'm back. So you want me to wear the mask? All right. So take one. Welcome to the stream. Take one. Yeah, this is pretty convenient to have another phone to look at the comments instead of squinting my eyes over the screen there. So initially, I wanted to actually take some Burger King for supper, or have the supper. Well, it was a late dinner then. So apparently, I was at the Burger King here, and because they have already finished for the day, or rather, they are not, right? Because they're still open, isn't it? Well, kind of. So they were taking my last order, so they said that they can only accept cash. So I had no cash. In China, there's nobody carries cash anymore. So I couldn't get my Burger King, so I head on to the ramen place instead. Hey, Gray Fox, welcome to the stream, my friend. Yes, I'm just taking you guys walking around the ShenZhen Bao'an Airport right here at close to midnight in ShenZhen, China, and share with you guys, my walkabout before I check into my plane at 5 a.m. So they've got some McDonald's here. So the usual suspects, right? McDonald's, and then KFC later on. If we move on to see KFC, you can look at KFC. But this is generally the, whatchamacallit, my flight is 7 a.m. So I thought I would, just stay over here. So for you guys who have not been to a airport in a long time, this is how it looks like. Still, if you recall, you have signs that tells you where the terminal is, the parking, there's a hotel. So Fernando was talking about going for the capsule hotel, so it could be over there. And there's the long distance bus, and there's the airport ferry terminal. So, no, Hyatt Place, okay, Hyatt Regency. There is some pretty decent hotels here. Hyatt Place, Hyatt House, Hyatt Regency. All right. So I hope that that was visible enough. Hello, Trump. Sorry, I didn't, see you just now. Thanks. Welcome to the stream. Kevin Kong, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining, guys. It is almost midnight here in ShenZhen, and I am, just having a walk around here, bring you guys along, and we'll be going ahead, right? We'll be going over there to the terminal in just a bit, all right? And we can probably sit down, right? We'll sit down and have a chat. I'm taking which airline? I forgot actually. Let me check. Let's see. I'm taking. I actually don't know. You can check it out. It's a ZH9421. That's the flight number. ZH9421. It's a Boeing 737. I'm not sure which airline. And I'll be in Chongqing for 7 days. YXN, China now really nice. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not too shabby. I mean, this look at this airport right there. Look at the ceiling. Right? And around me, it's a typical airport. Nothing too fancy, but it's modern. ShenZhen Airlines, is that right? I think so. I think it's ShenZhen Airlines. All right. Yeah. Hot pot waiting for me. I'm trying to actually slim down, so try not to eat too much. Show you guys a bit of the ramen that's available at this place. To be honest, it wasn't really very good. It's okay, or maybe my standard is a bit higher. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to have a difficulty because I'm going to be actually lugging my luggage and having the phone in my hand. So I'm going to have to take off this phone and still look at. So I'm back at the ramen shop and I'm going to get my stuff and we can proceed to the terminal. It's a little bit chilly, so I'm actually going to put on a jacket. Alright guys, thanks for waiting. I'm all set. So I'm going to be taking you guys to the terminal. So I'm actually, one hand with the luggage, one hand is holding the gimbal, so I can't look at my phone anymore. I got to still carry on to check out the comments like that. So do I miss Singapore food? Yes, definitely. Definitely. I'm quite the lover of the mee pok dry noodles, my favorite. Second would be chicken rice, sometimes between them laksa, of course, brani, Indian brani, nasi lemak and stuff like that. Oh, don't get me started, man. So guys, do you want to actually come on to the stream with me and we can have a chat? Because I can actually give you guys the link to the StreamYard and then you guys can get on in. Let me know in the comment sections who wants to do this and I will, put up the... So I'm currently walking in this bit of an open air area, right? It's I guess it links the terminal with where we were at just now, which is the place for taking your transportation back. So I'm going to give you guys a bit of a look at the legend, right? So you can probably see over there that there is third floor, basement. There's the metro is on the basement. You got some stuff going on there. Yeah. So, and lots of people coming back from their flights, as you can see. Okay. Have I been to Africa? No, I've not been to Africa. I would love to go. I would like to see the world, actually. The fact that now we have, let's just see the world, right? Whoever has a chance to see the world, take that chance and see the world. Don't base off what you read online or in media. Hey, Starkey. Hey, Jimmy, how's Hong Kong? I was just in the airport a few months ago. Yeah, it's not bad. It's cool. What special food Singapore have? Daniel Pang asked. All right, you guys can introduce to Daniel the Singapore food. So yeah, so I just actually walked past this. As you can see, it's nothing much there. And we get into the arrival hall. So guys, this is it's not as if you've not been to an arrival hall, but yeah, this is an arrival hall. So behind me is all the schedule of the flights that's coming to the airport. And as you can see there, it's the KFC. Right, the usual suspects. So, yeah. That's my name. Hi, RSU. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. All right. Are you meeting? Hold on. Let me just do this. So Snarky says that that's my name in Chinese, chicken rice. Is that right? Ji Fan. Is that right, Jimmy? You're Ji Fan. So Taekwon asked, are you meeting anyone in Chongqing during the 7-day stay? Did you not see my live stream? Yes, I'm meeting the iChongqing team as well as Sahil Hussain from the Sahil Hussain channel. Yeah, Grey Fox knows that. Ji Fan. It sounds kind of strange, right? The way you mentioned it. That is Jimmy's name. All right, so this is again the arrival hall. And oops, I got my things. Yeah, so the arrival hall. And we're just gonna get departure hall. That's where we're headed. In the meantime, you can have a look at the people here waiting for their arrivals. So you have flights. Coming in at about 1 a.m. Midnight to 1 a.m. That's quite a lot, right? It's filling up the screen. So there are 2 girls. Hold on, let's see. Next week can eat outside 5 packs in Singapore. Yeah, congratulations. The 2 pretty girls from iChongqing. Yeah, I hope so. How's the real COVID situation in Guangdong now? The real situation is that there's no situation. Because if there's a situation, I wouldn't be walking like this without the mask. You know, there'll be like no flights or whatever, right? So there's no situation. There was a situation before, and then they fired. They got people tested. Lots of people tested. They got the contact tracing done. They know what's going on, and then after, the usual 14, 20 days, and things are fine. So yeah, that's the actual situation in the hold on. At Chang, Noel is big time joining the best YouTubers in Chongqing. Well, I 当当不起. You flatter me. I'm just doing my best, to see what's going on. So is my name Noel or Noel? Either way, it's up to you. You can call me Noel, you can call me Noel. I'm good. I'm not strict. I'm not, stringent like that. Jimmy. Jimmy. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. So, right. Yeah, right. Hey, Nicole Wilson, thank you so much for, making the purchase on the cab. I really appreciate it. And it's on its way to you. Thank you so much. Hope you like it. How many siblings do I have? I have 2 sisters, younger sisters. So Daniel says that a few days ago you would have to take a test. Okay, yeah. Talking about tests, I'll show you guys, all right? I'll show you guys. I just had my COVID test done yesterday. So what happens is, I'm going to show you guys. Hold on. So what happens is that there's an app, right? Like hello, like welcome. So you get that app, and then this is my. Can you see it's green? And can you see it's a 48? So I just had a test within 48 hours, right? So that is how they actually go about to do contact tracing, and I guess what I'm looking for is the system in China, right? So what's the system over there in Singapore or in other parts of the world. If you guys if you can let me know, right? So Kevin Kong says you can try Xiao Bing Lo. Okay, we will see, because I'm actually on a schedule. The whole trip is planned, and listen to the. Can my stomach? The Chongqing Mala food. I'm too near to the speaker actually. Let's just okay, let's just go. So okay, let's take the escalator up. I'm actually pretty okay with the spice, but later on just can't handle it. So it's suffering. So might as well just don't take it so spicy. You know, a bit of a sensation, some flavor is good, but don't go overboard. All right, we have arrived at the departure hall. Let me just take off. Okay, if I'm vaccinated, the color will become gold. No, if you are vaccinated, there will be some other indications, but not gold. And so, Nicole, thank you so much. Yeah, I'll enjoy my trip, hopefully. But again, it's going to be, I know every time I go on these trips, it's a feeling of trying to enjoy. But at the end of the day, it's just very strenuous, It's a packed schedule. There's lots of work to do, filming, editing, even live streaming. So, so as you can see, guys, the airport is currently very empty. There is no flights taking off now. I don't think so. So I'm just going to take a walk and show you guys, all right? Just take a walk, and then I'll find a place to sit down. But generically, this is what it is. Unlike, I guess, other airports that's, having flights in the middle of the night. I don't think there are no like after midnight flights here in ShenZhen. Does anybody know if that's the case? Were there no like overnight domestic flights in China? Is there a reason why? Let me know in the comments, and I'll get to the comments as soon as I can actually have my hands free. Let's see. So Xiao Rou says, where am I going? I'm going to Chongqing. All right. Yeah, YouTube has not restored my ad revenue because there was a discrepancy with my identity. I don't understand how that came about, but that is the case. So what happens with YouTube is that, first of all, they would ask you to verify your address, and they will send you a physical letter with a PIN number to your address. And once I got that, I will key in the PIN number to YouTube, and they would be able to verify that it's me and let me start to monetize the channel. But when I was going on my next stage, which is to add the bank account to which they will actually put the money earned from YouTube into my bank account, I submitted my bank statements as the address proof, and then my ID card, of course. And then they came back to say, "Oh, it's not right. Something's wrong." They said it's not acceptable. So back and forth. It's a very not the best user-friendly system, and it's very frustrating. But anyway, we're trying to get somewhere, and then hopefully, we will sort it out, because now we're just going through emails back and forth, with between myself and the Google people to try to sort it out. I've given enough proof that I am who I am, and we'll see how it goes, man. Hey guys, check this out, the 100 years. Isn't that nice? There you go. I'm gonna take a picture of that later on. I think I'm gonna set myself down somewhere, and then I can speak to you guys, and then I can probably do up the live stream. Sorry, I mean the StreamYard thing for you guys to come in if you guys want to come and have a chat. All right, so let me just put my bag down first. Don't ever go near the speaker. Okay, so as you can see, there's people actually waiting for their flight. All right, and I will probably do this area here. All right, so I'm gonna set my things down. It was kind of chilly just now, and now it's really warm, so I have to take off my jacket. Okay. All right, let's see. She's asking you to wear a mask. Who? What did I miss? Okay, so this. How do I do this? How do I add a comment? Wow, I can't add a comment, man. I can't get you guys to post a comment. There we go. Post a comment. Yes. All right, guys, I've actually done a link below, and if you guys want to come and have a chat, you guys can click that link. Remember, you have got to mute the YouTube that you're watching, otherwise we'll have interference. All right. So in the meantime, as I wait for people to come, it says here. So Adrian, Andrew. That's Lexia. Andrew, thanks a lot for that. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. Don't forget to take a ChongQing yellow cab. Okay, we saw that in some of the videos, right? So yeah, great city to visit. Drink more yogurt. So our Xiu says, do you know Singapore something cha ge? What's that? What is that, guys? So basically, China allows you to take video around the airport. It's not what Western media reported. Or what did Western media report? I have no idea. Could you tell me? Or am I actually disturbing the people resting? The guy just took off. Okay, let's see. Let's hope we're not disturbing people resting. I hope it's not because you do positive report of China, YouTube can do something. No, it's not the case. I think it's just positive report of China. They are negative as well, but the negatives are not the kind of negatives that you want to report about, unless you're trying to report that people spit on the streets not everybody, right? Some people speak on the streets. What if you get into an argument? If you get into an argument, the police have a right to pull you to the station. I mean, that's like normal, right? So I don't know. What's that report? That is yeah, thanks, Nicole. Yeah, I hope they will solve it soon. Otherwise, I got no revenue from my YouTube. So yeah, congrats, China. Yeah, let me just scroll through the rest of the comments and see what else we can talk about. Hey, Eric, you are here. Okay, so am I. Nick Lee, welcome to the stream. Okay, so there's nobody yet in the... Okay, so... All right, guys, I want to just ask you guys a question, okay? You guys subscribe to my channel, right? Now, you subscribe to my channel because of what? Because I'm doing travel videos? Or am I doing, debunking videos? Or what? Tell me in the comments exactly why are you subscribed to my channel. I like to sort of clarify the... what's the word I'm looking for? The audience, right? So, oh, he's a Singaporean and quite popular in Bilibili. Okay, I didn't know that. So finish my night run. Okay, great. That's great. Keep healthy. I'm gonna actually. Hey guys, did you see? Did you guys see the videos that I was mentioning? That was done by the Serpent ZA and the Lawai 86. Do you see that? It's so comical. Actually, for Singaporeans, okay, you might be familiar with the YouTuber called Rishi, the Indian guy. I was planning to actually do something like him, where I would review those two videos and then just laugh myself off, just laughing at the sheer stupidity of the whole video. I don't know, man. All right, so there's some comments coming in. So Nicole says that she likes the travel content. Okay, then I'll be doing some travel content. Bernard likes the travel and the debunking. Okay, and YX Sun wants to know the real China. Where are you from, YX Sun? Let me know where you're from. So, Eric, initially I appreciated your effort. Initially, how about now? Peter Zifeng, I miss Singapore accent. Where are you from? Let me know. So Jay talks about you show some interesting places and your videos are not boring. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yep, they are joker indeed. 后面两个人睡着了 Yes, I don't want not disturbing them, I hope. So Andrew, I subscribe because I want to know what Singaporean thinks of China. Yeah. Okay, I'll be carry on to give you my thoughts. For me, I watched some videos about Singapore, then I found your channel. Okay. I see that videos but don't agree with them. I've been to China. All right, that's good. And Daniel simply wants to support me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now it's more about traveling. You see, I am again. I want to just document my experiences, and my experiences is not something that I would go and do just for the channel. It's more like I want to do something that I like and I'll share it with you guys. That's what I'm doing actually. So when I went to Xinjiang, I wanted to go there and I wanted to do a video to show that there's no such thing as what they're suggesting, the stupid stuff they're suggesting, and I did that. Right now, I have a chance to go to Chongqing, and I'd like to experience it and then share my experience with you guys. And likewise, when I was in Shanghai, I was sharing what I was going through in the Wonder Festival. I met up with Catherine from Catherine's Journey to the East, and I did a video with her, so to speak, sort of like that. And I was in Guizhou, and I did a bit of a video on that, what I saw, right? I saw some factories, I saw the poverty alleviation estate. So yeah, I'm just trying to, share what I'm experiencing, and hopefully if it strikes a chord with you guys, then I've done my job, so to speak. So work in progress, travel and debunking. All right, thank you so much, sir. Oh, from Japan, but Chinese. Okay, which part of Japan? Tokyo, Osaka. I was in Japan for quite a frequent time when I was doing the Wonder Festival in Japan. So I was in Japan like 6 times a year between 2000 and 2004. Yeah, so I have a fond affiliation and memories about Tokyo and Osaka, and some Sapporo, and some Nagoya, and some no, that's Sapporo below. So it's Hataka, right? So Yongping talks about, do I need a guide in Chongqing? So basically, what's happening is that the folks from iChongqing is going to bring us around and show us the area, and we're just going to film and whatever we experience, I'll be putting up on the videos for you guys. So Peter's from China, living in Singapore. Which part of Singapore, if you don't mind? Singapore is so small. I'm a Toa Payoh and Bishan person. So I used to stay in Toa Payoh when I was young, and then moved to Bishan. So I'm like a central. I'm just central. Hope we can make some Singapore travel videos. Only if I am in Singapore, I guess. I am both South African and Chinese, so I feel doubly hated. Wow, by the serpent guy. Yeah, I feel you, man. You know something, guys? The rhetoric of that video is so ridiculous. Okay, first of all, he claims that, I talk about the serpent's video. Okay, so to serpent, again, I'm preaching to the choir, but I'm just trying to explain. I'm trying to rant off my feelings towards that video. It's so ridiculous. He claims that everybody featured on his video, he's getting snippets, that all the YouTubers went to Xinjiang at the same time. That's bollocks, right? Because myself and Fernando, we didn't go at the same time, right? So there's already one misleading and false narrative. And then secondly, he might be in trouble for using Disneyland's map to associate Xinjiang genocide, as well as using the Disney fonts to create that name that he put over there. I'm going to show you, all right? I'm going to show you. Let's see. This was the exact map that he used. Look at the top, the northern section. That was what he cropped and put into his video. This is an actual Disneyland map, okay? Without any alteration. He cropped it. So, it is basically flirting with the Disney intellectual property lawyers, right? If they know about this, because you don't mess around with Disney, okay? And then secondly, the Lawai 86. Okay, easy to debunk. The guy is easy to debunk. He mentioned that the CPC banned all ultra marathons for the 100 years celebration. bollocks. Even in the screen cap that he showed in his video, it was already mentioned in black and white in English. The reasons why ultra marathons were, I'm not sure if they are banned, right? It's just put on hold until the authorities can figure out what happened in Gansu that caused the lives of, if I'm not mistaken, 21 ultra runners, including 2 elites. So what happened was in Gansu, the weather turned crazy. The runners were not equipped with warm clothing and they froze to death. That was what happened. And authorities, when something like this happens, even in Singapore, right? When an accident happened in the Singapore Armed Forces, a fatal accident happened, all training will be stopped until the commanders can get together and figure out what happened and how they can prevent a future fatality like that. So same thing for the ultra marathon race. It was halted so that people can get their act together and figure out what happened and then prevent such a casualty from happening again, right? So that's easy to debunk. And then secondly, he talked about Xi Jinping. He said that Xi Jinping will arrest and kill his opponents. I did a quick search on Google. The opponents, who are the opponents that Xi Jinping arrested and killed? I found nothing. Okay. And then he talks about the mass rapes in Xinjiang. What exactly is mass rapes? Can somebody tell me? First of all, the only such atrocity that we've heard of would be, I guess, in those, back in the day when there is, I guess, the Vietnam War and even the Iraq War, when, U.S. soldiers, they are out in battle for so many months, human urge kicks in and then they do what they did, right? Reported. But apart from that, which is in pockets here and there, what exactly is mass rapes? What exactly is that? How does one conduct mass rapes? Do they have a arena full of victims, and then there's what? Who are the rapists? Are they individuals? Are they in groups of how many people? How do they conduct it? I mean, it's crazy, totally crazy. Crazy guys talks about crazy shit. Oh, and then and back to that Serpent ZA's video where he was showing, obviously those were paid actor Uyghurs, trying to cry, and trying to, oh, that's just ridiculous. Anyway, sorry for ranting, but that's my talk about. I just want to address, So Wai San is from Kyushu. Oh, I've not been to Kyushu actually. Kyushu is a nice place. Lived in Bedok South for 6 years. Wow, Bedok South. I was running in the Bedok Reservoir some time back when I was in the army. Okay, this is Kyushu. Is that Kyushu in Japanese? No, wrong. It's something no, I don't know, man. Sorry. Wakarimasen. Wakarimasen and shit, I forgot what is sorry. Cherry Blossom is awesome. That's good. Let's see if there's anybody in the stream yet. No, nobody's here. All right. It's not exactly copyright infringement. If you use somebody's imagery and associate with something that is obviously not in line with what they're doing, then it is, I think, bordering on defamation, smear, and slander, that sort of thing, So, yeah. Yes, that's correct, Nicole. Disney is very protective of their materials. You heard that news? The Gansu, the ultra marathon. Yeah. All right. So Eric says mass rips. He had to find a reason to justify the boundary population in Xinjiang. Oh, that's a crude joke. So JP, we should say America war in Iraq, not Iraq war. Okay, yes, if you want to be politically correct, yes. The war in Iraq, how about that? The war in Iraq. Okay. Yeah, America war in Iraq. Okay. See, the videos makes you laugh and puke at the same time, yes. But the fact is that there's so many people who are watching it, and they actually came over to my channel and then put the link of their video, and then called me names and stuff like that. Asked me how do I sleep at night, and then but yeah, it's amazing, amazing. Gomen nasai. Hi, gomen. Honto gomen. Yeah, remember that. Oh, isn't my back getting sore? Take a seat. Yes, defamation. All right, guys. Do you guys want to actually come online to have a chat? If Eric, you're a staunch vocal. The link is there. If you can see the link, hold on. Let me just put the link again. So invite a guest. I'm gonna invite a guest. I'm gonna go to private chat. No, it's not private chat. Sorry, it's post a comment. Yeah, it's difficult to it's difficult to. Okay. So what I've done is basically to put the StreamYard link there, and if you guys want to get onto the link and have a chat, get on live, that'll be cool. If you don't want, it's fine. But if you want, then we can have a chat. I'm free anyways. I'm at the airport here, and yeah, I think I can leave my stuff there. I'm gonna walk to a higher. This over here is better. Yeah, this is better. This is better, folks. I can actually stand here like that. There we go. All right. So Andrew, Xinjiang is the only place where genocide causes the population to grow. Exactly. I always say the illegal invasion of Iraq. Yeah, back in the day, I guess I was in secondary school. I was 13 years old, maybe 13, 14, 12, 13, 14, around there. And all we heard was this invasion of Kuwait by Iraq, and the U.S. forces got to do Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and flush the Iraqis out, and they found no weapons of mass destruction. Oops, right? And now they are, isn't it? They were invited to Xinjiang to check it out, right? Check it out, what's going on, and they didn't go. They declined the invitation because why? They'll be like, oops, again, I can't find any genocide. Oops, that's the thing. It's so strange. No worries, Eric. No problem. Just a run. 5K, was it? 5K? No problem. Okay. Thank you very much. All right, so guys, I am, So what I did in the past couple of days was I went to buy a new SD card for my 4K recording. Again, I haven't bought SD cards for a long time. The last SD card that I got was actually which was actually a freebie when I got my Olympus EM1 Mark II. That was almost 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. And just recently, I managed to buy a new SD card because I want to go and record 4K in Chongqing. So the SD cards, my goodness, they're so expensive. I got a mid-range one. Instead of getting the one that is like 1,000 something RMB, I got the 500 RMB. So that is a 128 gigabytes they call it V60. So apparently it allows you to have faster recording over to the computer, recording by the camera, and then allowing you to actually record in 4K. So let's see how it goes, and yeah, But what do you guys think about my latest video that I did with Catherine in Shanghai? I thought it was pretty hilarious. I was laughing all the way when I was editing it because of Catherine's reaction to the bear brick. And then her calling those blind boxes knickknacks. And then me screwing up when I was saying that the supermarket is a convenience store. So yeah, it was so fun. It was so enjoyable. But I was perspiring a storm. It was so hot in Shanghai. We actually walked. I think we walked maybe 5 kilometers that day, or more than 5 kilometers, maybe 7 kilometers. I think we were walking, and yeah, it was really very hot and humid. And now it's hot and humid. They turn off the air conditioning in the airport. Oh. How can I leave my luggage unattended? Because number one, if anybody were to be stealing my luggage, they'll be like running away with my luggage, right? That's number one. So they'll be obviously making some noise. Number two, the people who are here now are all passengers waiting for their flight. So they already have their own luggage. So they probably wouldn't be trying to get on somebody else's luggage. And number three, there are cameras all around. So if anybody wants to take my luggage, it's pretty easy to find out where my luggage is later on. So no problem. Yeah, I haven't actually read about the story. I heard the headlines, but I've not read the story. And I'm just, I don't know, there's only so much I can absorb because I'm not like a full-time geopolitical commentator. I'm just, because I'm in China. The reason why I was what's what I'm looking for? I can't remember. I was invested in the Xinjiang things because I'm in China. That was the only reason. I can safely say to you guys, if I am not in China and I was in Singapore instead, and when I see those CNA reports about the genocide in Xinjiang, who knows? I might just believe it as well. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm thankful. I'm here. I'm thankful that I can see with my own eyes, the chance to actually see with my own eyes, read what I read, and then compare it with what I see, and then I'll make my own decision as to what I'm going to believe. And that's the way I urge everybody to do with regards to anything. And definitely, I think in these times, it's always best, if you have nothing better to say, don't say it. Because every comment, every comment of convenience, just want to put in something, it always adds to the fire, I feel, because you're not actually solving anything with your comments. That's why I still feel very powerless. And even the people who are having that, what's the word again? The people who are trying to preach the truth, pretty powerless, because all we can do is to put our comments in Twitter, put up some videos on YouTube. But at the end of the day, Bruce Lee wouldn't survive if a mob came and attacked him. You see, that's one of the things it's definitely difficult if everybody has a way of thinking and you're the only one. You're gonna be run over for sure. For example, I don't like smoking. and when I'm in a place where everybody is smoking, I can't win. If I tell them not to smoke, they will. If it's one guy, then of course the one guy can snuff out a cigarette. But if it's like 10 guys, then it's a different story. So as I was saying, if I was not in China, I can be very confident I wouldn't be having all this thinking right now. And I'm thankful that I'm able to see for myself and then make this critical thinking and assess, what it is really, and then, come up with I think at the end of the day, we just have to be logical. Can we not all be logical for once? Instead of being silly and stupid? Oh my goodness, mass rapes. Oh. Anyway, hold on. Let me just check out the comments. So, work in progress. After Iraq, the harder Washington tries to sell the Xinjiang BS. You see, it is not about being pro-China. Like what Mario Covolo said, it's about being pro-facts, pro-common sense. That's all it is. Because the hate for China is so amazing that I just got a Facebook friend recently, and he saw the video of myself in Serpent Zide and Lawa 86, and he actually I got to do another video, and I'll put the screenshots to enjoy. He actually congratulated me that I made it to the video and I was being paid by the Chinese government, and I replied sarcastically that I'm being paid handsomely. And after that, he actually just immediately cut me off. He was already not happy when I was making all these Xinjiang videos and my opinions about China. But being me, I didn't block him. I didn't delete him because I felt that there is no animosity. We just simply have a difference of opinion on a certain subject, right? So I kept him as a Facebook friend because we were, after all, acquainted once. We are all of a mutual friend, right? We know each other from a mutual friend, and we went hiking in Hong Kong once, and we added each other on Facebook. But obviously, this person who is American Taiwanese, by the way, or Taiwanese American, he has a difference of opinion with Hong Kong and with China. And when I try to express my opinion, which I believe is not far off from the truth, he gets very disturbed, and he's always trying to push his own rhetoric, his own narrative. And I never, counter back to say that he's wrong. I'm just always saying that why don't you have looked at this instead? That's always been my stand. But finally, I think he had enough, and he cut me off on Messenger. So that's something for you. That just happened last night. What was I saying just now? I was having a train of thought actually. Let me look at the comments first. I had a train of thought and I. So it's Lawa at 60. Oh, it's alive and well. Alive and well. Like your Shanghai vids, I wish you could get the Starbucks I was talking about. Yeah, next time. I'll be going to Shanghai again, so next time. Yeah, see, this is my problem. I always thought that our government is also intelligent enough to know what's right from wrong, isn't it? But apparently, somebody did a very good analysis of the Singapore governing system on YouTube. I will go back, find that video, and put it onto the community tab, and then you guys can check it out. It's amazing This person did a lot of research, and what he said is 100% true. It's true, but I don't know how to feel about it. I don't think I am proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it. It's a very, very weird feeling. You guys check it out, Singaporeans, go watch that video. When I get the link, I'll put it up. Go watch that video. So back to as I was saying. In fact, the government is playing a balance because they need to balance between making friends with the Americans and making friends with the Chinese. 左右为难, So, oh yeah, I remember I was trying to say, in the straight talk session I had with Jay Fanning, he made a very good point. That's why we need to talk to many people, and then each one would surely come up with some wisdom that we can absorb. So what he said is that, okay, so for me, right, what I'm saying versus what the other guy is saying, I'm here, so he's there, right? He believes that what he thinks is true, and I believe what I think is happening is true, but the real true is somewhere in the middle. Agree? So because of the history of what happened in Xinjiang, we cannot deny that there might be people who lost their lives, whether it be by intent or by accident. And this could be accounted to the so-called, deaths that they are trying to accuse Xinjiang of happening, right? So even though it's not a genocide, but there is something going on, isn't it? So we don't know. We really don't know. All I can say is that just need to look at Hong Kong now. The reasons why there's so many police in Xinjiang is because of what happened before. I mean, I wasn't privy to what happened before when it happened. Again, I was doing my own thing in Hong Kong, my toys and collectibles. I wasn't invested in all these world politics and happenings. Seriously. I only got invested after 2020 when during the pandemic, I was looking at more YouTube and I stumbled upon the YouTubers in China, Let's Talk China. And from then, the Daniel Dumbrells, the Barretts, the Cyrus Jensen, and then I learned more. A rabbit hole is a rabbit hole. I can choose to just ignore it and just live my life. But once I got knowledge of all these things, and then something inside me just triggered to want to know more, want to know the truth. And that's what it is. So like I was saying, in Xinjiang, back in the day when things were happening, that was so terrifying. I would be terrified, wouldn't you? People just stabbing people on the street, just going on a killing spree. We'll be frightened. So the fact is that you have police to keep the peace. Just like in Hong Kong now. Hong Kong should be frightened. Because out of nowhere, somebody can come to you with a knife and just stab you. Isn't that scary? And it just found another lady with a box cutter in a handbag, waiting to slash somebody. These are the ones that you can't guard against. You can only guard it by having more presence of authority, so that if it happens, touch wood, if it happens, they can react fast enough to save a life instead of losing a life. So, good luck to Hong Kong, man. I mean, it's so sad. I lived in Hong Kong for 14 years. I love Hong Kong. I mean, once you've lived in a place for 14 years, no matter how it is, I don't like all of Hong Kong. There are parts of it that I don't like. But, the overall, there's this sentimental attachment. Yeah, I miss Hong Kong. I wish I can go back to. I mean, when I go back, once the borders open, I'm going to really enjoy myself. Anyway, sorry guys, renting. Hi. What's the what is correct in Japanese in the quiz show when they ask a question and then the host will just Chigao is wrong, right? So right is I've got anyway. I read the news about the Duku route open. Yeah, it's I don't really know a lot about it, but I think I know a little bit about this new road. So yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about. Sorry, Brian, for getting to your comment late. I was ranting away. So let's look at your comment, Brian. Respect you to avoid talking about politics. Yeah, so yeah, I am not a political commentator. All I can do is when things are so ridiculous, I just want to give my 2 cents to debunk it. I hope that is okay with you. So CNA just wants increased viewership, that's all. Oh, Nicole, you are too kind. So guys, Nicole supported me with a cap. She bought a cap from my website, and now she has given another $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Nicole. Nicole says for a drink and something to eat while you're waiting for your flight. Thank you so much. All the donations and contributions will go right back into this channel to make it better. Like I said, the other time when somebody contributed on WeChat, I took the funds to buy the GoPro batteries, and this would go into offsetting what I've paid for the new SD card as well as the new hard drive that I got to put all the videos in. Guys, videos are very big in the file size, many gigabytes. So we need a good hard drive to keep everything inside so that we can carry on filming on the SD card. One SD card is only 128 gigabytes. Some is lower at 64. Generally, a 64 gigabyte memory card can allow you to film 4K videos for 1 hour non-stop. So it's only 1 hour of footage. And being in Chongqing for 7 days, I'm going to be filming lots and lots of footages. The SD card is not going to be enough. I need to download every day the footages onto the hard drive and then format the card and then go for filming the next day. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let me see. Oh, and Tang Ling also. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your super chat. Have I got vaccinated? I wanted to get vaccinated this week. I had planned for it. I found out that the vaccination appointments are open every Monday in ShenZhen. On the app, I got to go into the app and make my appointment. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nothing. Only Monday, it opens up the appointment slots. So I got in on Monday, first thing in the morning. I'm not too sure if I got in too early or, maybe it was too early. I got in about 6 a.m. and I couldn't make the appointment. It says full. And then at about 10 a.m., my friend, and also a Singaporean, we met while in ShenZhen when we were renewing our visas last year. Wrong. She's Malaysian, right? Malaysian, but I guess she has Singaporean PR. So she She told me at 10 a.m. that the appointments are full. So I can only surmise that she went in after the people open up office hours, and again, all full. So I wasn't able to get my vaccine done on that appointment. I can only do it once I get back from Chongqing and then try again. So that's the answer. Thank you so much. Let's see. I was talking to Brian just now. Brian, yes. And so Bernard is saying that, there is a Chinese saying, if you don't speak, nobody says you are dumb. Oh, reminds me of the Rush Hour movie, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, right? Chris Tucker. Not Chris, Chris Tucker. Remember the famous dialogue? I like to let people who like to talk, so I can know how much full of shit they are about, along those lines. So, but it works both ways. I'm talking a lot now as well. So yeah, it works both ways. But you're right. You're right. Hence, like I said again, what we need from social media is for people to just exercise restraint. Just like when we're out in the open, we're out in public, we don't just comment as and when we like when we see something, right? So why are we doing it on social media? Because we're the protection of the cyberverse. Nobody knows who we are behind the comment. We can type the comment easily, and there's no ramifications. But on the streets, if you say something wrong, you might get into a bit of an argument or a scuffle, isn't it? So my wish is a far-fetched wish, but my wish is that people on social media, it's okay to give well done, good, thumbs up. That's not a problem, right? Those are like casual greetings. But when you start to input opinions that might hurt people because you don't know what's happening, then can we all just, not do it? For example, I mean, I peruse, Facebook, and I look at Straits Times reports, and there's thousands of comments, and not everything is not an article that requires a thumbs up, well done. No, it's something bad. The guy uses a stun gun, the polytechnic lecturer who was being racist, he apologized. An Indian man who was told to wear a mask and took it off. I read a comment about, send him back. These are not the things we need. These are the things that we have already seen in the US. Go back where you came from. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. So don't write these kind of comments like, go back from where you came. We don't know what happened on that occasion. We don't know. So we don't have the right to make these kind of comments, But that's just me. That's just me. So let's carry on. All right, Bernard, good night. Thank you very much for joining the stream. I will see you in Chongqing. I'll probably be doing a live stream as well from there. So the truth is, most of people have no wish to think logically. I think this one is to be debated, because, like I said again, I like to think of everyone as like the pyramid. So you get the people who are on top, who are the really like the Elon Musk, the Steve Jobs, the really brilliant people that makes all our lives so convenient now, with all these, mobile payments, internet speeds, things that you and I would never be able to achieve if we went onto the course to learn. These are all gifted people. They are truly gifted. And then you have the people at the base who are your everyday people, right? They don't talk politics, or if they talk politics, is those coffee shop talk in the uncle, coffee shop talk, whatever little they know. I mean, what do they know? Seriously, what do they know? How can a guy, uncle sitting in a coffee shop, know what's happening, in Xinjiang if it hasn't been there? Seriously. I mean, seriously. Right? Just like now, I can't really talk about Singapore stuff because I've not been to Singapore for so long. I can't. Singapore has changed so much. Whatever that takes place, there's newsworthy. I can't really comment because I'm not there. Wait a minute, I think we got somebody there. All right, so Tae Guan, I see you behind. I'm going to put you on to have a chat. But remember, the YouTube video must be muted. All right, mute the YouTube video now, and I'll put you on, and we can chat. Hey, Tae Guan,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hold on,
Oh,
let me
is it-
increase the volume.
so does it mean that everyone is like listening to me in YouTube?
Yes, everybody is listening to you in YouTube now. Yes, for sure. For
Oh,
sure. Let me
wow.
just, yeah. So, yeah, thanks for joining, you know. I appreciate it.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
you're from Singapore, right?
No, from Malaysia.
Oh, Malaysia. Okay, okay, okay. So, what would you like to say?
Uh, Safe flight to Chongqing.
Okay.
But but
Anything to
there
discuss?
so 6 more hours to go, right?
No. My check-in is 5 o'clock, so about 4 hours I'll be checking in.
Oh, so do you plan
The
to
che-
sleep before you board the plane?
Yeah, we'll definitely, allocate some time to have a bit of a shut eye because I don't want to go overnight without sleeping, and then tomorrow I'll be totally wiped out and I can't perform when I'm there. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you already booked your accommodation in Chongqing?
Yes, everything is arranged by the iChongqing team, which I'm
Wow,
very
wow.
grateful for. Yeah, we'll be staying in 3 different locations, maybe 4, and I will be giving you guys the updates via maybe short live streams or, at the end of the day on the video. I'm still undecided, but I'll let you guys know.
Yep, cool.
Yeah. So, you got any input to discuss, talk about, give your 2 cents, give your.
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Okay, okay. So what do you do?
Yeah,
Teck Wan? What do you do?
I'm a evaluator. I used to work in Australia.
Oh, evaluator. That is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is that is kind of a global statement. I don't understand. I don't know what's the evaluator.
Property evaluator.
Oh, okay,
Valuer,
okay, okay,
valuer, yeah.
okay, okay. All right.
But I used to work in Singapore in 2013.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I live in
And
Boon Keng
okay, okay.
and work in Bras Basah.
So how's the situation? Sorry, what?
I used to live in Boon Keng and work in Bras Basah.
Ah, okay, okay. So how is the situation of COVID in Malaysia?
Out of control, I think.
Which part of Malaysia are you from?
You know, Klang,
Oh,
BJ,
Klang.
close to
Oh,
KL.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
One of the best big crabs I've had is in Klang.
Oh,
Am I am
you've
I
been
am
to
I wrong?
Klang? No, you are not wrong. Yeah,
Ah,
yes.
yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, I've been to Klang one time. When I was, I guess, teenager. I think my dad we brought us. I'm not sure how we got there. It was by car, but I think we were in KL and then we drove there. I'm not too sure. Is it correct? Can you drive there from?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that was what happened. So we went there, and I had honestly the best crabs I've ever had in my life, even better than the Singapore crabs, the big
Oh,
crab.
okay.
Because the big crabs, I mean, you don't have all these overpowering flavors like the chili crab and the
Yep.
pepper crab, right? The big crab is just so, whew, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So out of control in Malaysia's, but how can it? I mean, it has to be under control, right? At some point, isn't it? What do you think is happening?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think it's very hard to. I don't know what's the best solution to get the COVID cases, like, get it like reduced. I don't know what's the best solution, to be honest.
Okay. How about yourself? What are you doing? rather, let me ask you, what did you feel initially when you heard about this COVID situation? Were you skeptical? Were you genuinely like say this is real shit? You know, I mean, where were you?
I was in Australia when
I mean,
the
where were you in terms of the opinion? Were
oh
you like, this is nothing, you know, or this is like this
none
real shit? Yeah.
I wasn't taking it seriously when it first started.
Okay.
But I wasn't in Malaysia when the COVID
Okay.
started. I was in Australia, so I was
Okay.
in a remote city, and there wasn't many cases there. So
And
yeah.
you returned back to Malaysia because
Oh, because I got a pay cut, big pay cut, and
okay,
I chose to resign. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, was that decision like looking back? Was it okay based on what
Yeah,
you're doing
yeah.
now?
It does. Yeah, I think I made the right decision.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. So when did you realize that COVID is no joke matter? When did it occur to you?
When I came back to Malaysia, I think in August last year,
Okay.
when I went to quarantine in the hotel for 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I struggled during my quarantine. Yeah.
In what sense? How do you struggle?
Like it's my first time like I confine myself in a room for like 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you
And
have you quarantined before? Like
no, I was in ShenZhen when they closed the border, Hong Kong ShenZhen on February 3rd, 2020, and I was in my apartment waiting for things to be okay for us to move around because at the point of time nothing was happening. I wasn't going to go to the factory because there was no factories that was open. I wasn't going to be going to spas and nightclubs because nothing is open. So just staying at home. So what I was doing was just staying at home. And
oh, okay.
when I ran out of my food supplies, I just went down to the Walmart and I bought food and came back. That's it. So to
Mm.
me, there was nothing like a confinement, so to speak. I mean, I was maybe for myself, I'm very okay to be by myself. I'm just the kind of person where I'm all, if you leave me
Yep.
with my computer, with my work to do, I can stay by myself for like hours, you know. So, it looks like we got
Yep.
another person to. Oh, so Tang Ling, I'm gonna add you to the stream as well. Um, Please turn off the YouTube volume, okay? Add to stream.
I think I'll leave now and let
Okay,
you
sure.
speak to Tang Lin. Yeah.
Okay, sure. All right. Take
Okay.
one.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Have
Let
a
me see
safe
how I
flight.
can
Thank
remove.
you.
Okay. Thank you. Take
Yeah.
one. So, Tang Ling, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Are you there?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. Oh, hi.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Uh,
How do you pronounce your name?
very vaguely. Yes, it's Tangling as the Tangling Club.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you're from Singapore?
Well, I'm a citizen. Yes. So I'm holding a Singapore passport, but clearly I'm not. I wasn't born there.
Can I make a guess where you're from?
Sure, go ahead.
Can you give me some clues?
Well, obviously from the east. I'm not a Westerner.
Okay. So you sound Korean.
Well,
No.
let me just get you out of your misery.
Okay.
I was born in China, mainland China, but I was sent away to a British boarding school since I was 9 or 8 years old. So I served enough time in a British boarding school,
In China?
And then no, in Britain. in the
wow.
UK. It's a British
Wow.
boarding school, therefore in the UK. So yes, I went away to the UK for education when I was very young. Then yeah, so the O levels, the A levels, and then the university. And I stayed in the university for a PhD, which didn't finish, but I've got an MPhil in a way. So
Okay.
spend enough time in the city, London, as an investment banker. So
Wow.
so somehow from there,
Right.
I came back to Asia and somehow landed in Singapore, also as an investment banker for a couple of years. After which I got an
2 years?
invitation letter from the government to join as a citizen. And then I accepted, of course.
Wow. So you married with kids now?
Yes, I have a family, yes.
Oh wow, that's nice. That's nice. So which part of China were you originally from?
From the north.
Heilongjiang? Heilongjiang?
No, not that north actually.
Okay.
There are 3 provinces in the northeast. So
Okay.
it's the
Tianjin?
south one. No, it's close to Shenyang.
Oh, Shenyang.
Yeah, it's close. It's close to
Okay.
Shenyang,
That's
but
where
it's not.
Mario Cavolo is at, Shenyang.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
No, I just wanna try and see if to say really appreciate your channel. To be frank, it's a very brave effort.
I haven't done anything.
No, well,
Actually.
it's always a good beginning, and it's rather interesting time, don't you think? I mean, I'm close to, I'm not 40 yet, but I'm 36. But somehow back in the day, not a lot of geopolitical situations like such, and
Actually, there's a lot. It's just that we don't know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay, put it this way. Maybe back then there was someone or some state who always kind of be the police of all nations. That's America.
Yeah.
And not enough of challenges to this America, being the captain. Therefore, there's one voice somehow is strong enough to hold everybody together, or not, or make a decisive, something. But now, of course, it is being challenged, and there is a very prominent challenger on the
wouldn't
stage.
say, sorry to interrupt. I wouldn't say that they are being challenged. I just want to say that they have maybe met a match more than a challenge. I don't think China is challenging anybody. I think China is just trying to progress, right? Imagine if Singapore, okay, just I'm not trying to stir things. I'm just trying to do imagining. So imagine if Singapore didn't separate from Malaysia back in the day, and imagine if Lee Kuan Yew actually governed Malaysia, and Malaysia became like Singapore now, that progressive, and that making noise in Southeast Asia. I'm sure it will be the same as what's happening in China now, because what would have happened then is that we're just trying to better ourselves, right? Singapore has been trying to better it herself every time. We're always building stuff. As you can see, the Singapore that you're living in now is not the Singapore that I recognize. When I was in Singapore, there was nothing, or rather there was just little bit of things. But now, even the things that we built before that were new, they tore it down and they built even newer and bigger ones. So anyway, go on, Tang Ling. Hello.
Yeah, sure. It's very interesting a point you're raising. But hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, go on.
Hello. Okay, lovely.
Sorry,
no, actually, that's the very, 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 very key point. You see, you loosely I use the word challenger, which is really half true. I know China is not really challenging anybody to become the number one or the super power, or the most superior one in the world. No, but nevertheless, the challenge somehow, or this situation being, we somehow, Chinese or China trying to better ourselves by not only just focusing domestically, also, on the international stage. So this collective effort somehow led by one party, which has been on power since God knows, 70 years ago, portray itself as a challenge, God forbid, from all the Western countries. So this challenge somehow as a concept, which is somehow it's a very natural kind of reaction from the Westerners, because whoever they see as somebody as sure, they feel threatened, therefore they perceive this as a challenge. So namely, we are the challenger. I'm sorry, I'm a bit of losing myself here, but what I'm trying to say is that, back in the day, or back in the old days, I wouldn't say back in the good old days, it's just back in the days, somehow when America is still somehow very much at the top, can't really be challenged, quote unquote, by a peer challenger. You can name probably the European Union collectively. Yes, they are quite prominent. Back in the day, they try to establish their own currency. They try to get their own kind of policy, international or all sorts of policies going on around the globe. They also have their own, influence, I don't know, by getting into, the Iran situation.
No, I think it's sorry to interrupt you.
Deal with
I think,
after which, of course, all the investments going in Iran. But so what? Being EU is part of the system that very much created by.
Hello? Did we lose Tang Ling there?
Hello?
Yes. Yeah, I think in my opinion. Oh no,
connection.
You're good. You're good. I can hear you. So I think what's happening, in my opinion, is that first of all, the US can be so much more, right?
We're losing the connection.
No, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you just
Hello,
fine.
can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Yeah. I can hear you just fine. So what I was saying is that I personally feel that the US could have been so much more, because they were already at a good position to better. But along the way, whether it is something that was already ingrained in their society, has to be the way of governance, the way the white supremacist thinking, that retarded any growth. But if you look at the contrast with China, there is no such feeling. There is no Chinese superiority, right? We do what we do, or rather the Chinese people do what they do for each other. And that's what I see. From my interaction with the Chinese people ever since I came here in 2005, or rather 6, I see that, what they are doing is for each other. I was always very a bit tickled when you see people in ShenZhen and then they say, oh, where are you from? 你是老家哪里? They are always asking which part of China, right? You're from. And then, oh, 我们是老乡. So I was like, to me, I was like, aren't you all 老乡? Because aren't you all in China? But no, actually, if you are, Sichuan, and from Sichuan, and then you're in ShenZhen, then you have, a better, how should I say it, relation, isn't it? Tangling, Lao Xiang, the term Lao Xiang.
Yes, I'm getting you. Yeah.
So but you don't, I don't think you see that in the US. You don't like, oh, where you're from? I'm from Texas. Oh, we are from Texas as well. I don't think they would see it this way. They would be like, oh, okay, you're from Texas, good, good buddy, So I think I'm also ranting away. So I think the fact is that China, being the sleeping giant, is really going to be awakened very soon, and there's just no stopping, such a rise. Just no stopping. And then the fact that the US is trying to say we're trying to stop the rise of China, instead of, oh my goodness, if China is rising, why don't I get on China's good side, and then let's do things better, right? But the way of thinking is so perverted that you see a nation that is rising, a nation that has been doing manufacturing for you throughout the years, helping your economy grow, and now when the other person is showing progress, and then you say, oh no, now I got to, stop you from. It's almost like the fable, right, where the boss and the employee, and the employee is hardworking, but the boss is just laid back. Even though the boss set up the company with sweat and toil, maybe, or with just money, and hired the employee, gave the employee a chance to be in the company, but the employee is hardworking. The employee did his best every day, worked tirelessly, and then thought that the current company's direction is wrong, and then came out to do his own thing, and is getting traction because people think that, oh, this is good, I want to follow this new company, right? And then the boss will, oh no, now I got to find ways to crush this guy, instead of, hey, I used to hire you, we used to have some good times. How about, we do some collaboration, do some co-branding, right? So I don't know, that's just my rant. What do you think?
Actually you're right. This is somehow a identification problem. Seriously, I mean, think about it. In America, United States of America, just celebrated 245 years of age, right? A couple of days ago. And yes, of course, they've been the beneficiaries, after the Second World War, even before, even after the First World War. Not just that, just after, the whole Industrial Revolution back in the old days, back in the Queen Victoria time. So this is just plus minus about 300 years time. And this is only a tiny drop in the ocean in terms of our human history. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
How about China? From China perspective, we all know that at least 3,000 years plus record of everything, of writing, of fashion, of music, poetry, literature. Let's put it all together, and also characters. I mean characters as in 文字啊, so the writing, so the concepts, philosophy, also invention, mathematics, all sorts. So this is not on the same scale, put it this way. Okay, so the history, we always call the Mr. History old man, the 历史老人 we call it. He doesn't really care who rises, what time, when, how, what, but he's the one who records everything, and he sees, this whole thing from, I don't know if you believe in the evolution of humankind or whatnot, from the Ice Age all the way. He sees everything, but somehow now, of course, the teeny tiny problem of the Americans is just the identity and where to put themselves along the axis of history. That's it. You see?
Yeah.
So the Chinese somehow has less such problem of identity, because you see, even China from the very beginning, after the Qin dynasty, which is the first united dynasty, right? After which you only see the changes of dynasties, changes of kings, only one queen. So you only see the changes of sovereign powers by, the Qing dynasty, this dynasty, next one after the other. But somehow there is one unity across. That is the fundamental morality or the morale of the Chinese people, or rather the Chinese nation, the 民族啊. So I always differentiate morale or moralities from the Western values. You see, actually we call it 价值 so in the West, right? But in China or in the East, 在东方, so we call it what? We call it 德行, 德政, right? So that's a moral stuff. That's morality. That's a not different level. And this concept of morality comes from back in the day, in the 3,000 years ago, or even 4,000 years ago in China. So I take it a couple of examples. I pretty much maybe just speak in Mandarin. Say, for example, one is 孝道, which is respect your parents. So 孝道 is always across from the first dynasty. Everybody, if you want to be a good king or emperor, you must be the best 孝子 in the world, right? So to be the example. And then we also talk about actually saving, not saving money, but 以俭养德, so you don't waste, you don't waste time, or you don't waste food, you don't waste money for the sake of wasting. So that's another kind of very common, very practical morale. So we just take these two, and you can observe from the first dynasty all the way until now, even till now, when the CPC, the Communist Party, in power, they still use the same thing. They still actually apply the same sets of morals. So this thing, so doesn't actually change, come and go according to whoever on power, right? So it just stays. You see the people, actually you see only the kings and queens and different parties come and go, but you don't see changes in the morals in this. And this does not actually equate to the so-called values preached by the Westerners. The value which is 价值, the democracy, the whatever they're talking about. Because by definition, value always comes with a cost. So long the cost, the price is right. So long the price is right, you can redefine your value.
Actually, I'm wanting to make a video about the words that is shown everywhere. They call it the Chinese dream. So when you have, the words I'm talking about, the I think it's the 12 or 和平 or something, and then I can't remember it now, but all the Chinese words that's always seen everywhere in China is teaching you how to be a good person. 爱国 sort of stuff, right? So I plan to do a video.
Those exactly. So those things, right? Those good points, or those good words, or whatever concepts to make a better person, came actually long way back. This is not, produced or whatever invented by the CPC. Right?
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
So
okay.
it's
good to know.
But somehow, not at all. They just actually pick up the history book. They pick up the good, code of values, and then they also encourage people to do the same. So that's pretty much the Chinese part. But on the Western part, they are very much confused with a lot of things, I have to say. You know, just by definition of values, they have redefined values from time to time, basically. And it really, it's kind of disappointing for somebody who spent a lot of time getting educated in the West, such like me.
Oh, but then again, you have the one of the rare people who can see both sides. Right?
Yeah, but Noel, that's the thing, right? So for me, I can do my best to, let's say, for example, participate in different kind of discussions, or maybe putting up a maybe a small I love actually getting family small dinners with friends and cooking, and then after that sharing different views. Mainly apart from investment, then of course you do a lot of other
But I guess
kind
rule
of
number
things.
one: never talk politics in the family.
No. Actually, we do talk politics. Politics is very much on the table. If you do not talk about politics, don't come to my dinner, basically. So that's it.
Wow. Okay. Interesting dinner.
Because don't you feel that actually politics is really something can't be ignored these days? If you open up a newspaper, anywhere it's all about politics.
And there's no good news. It's all bad news.
Well, actually, there's no news.
There's no news. Yeah, there's no news.
No,
there is no
there's
news.
no news.
Yeah, there is no news.
There's no news at all. So from my perspective, I mean, from somebody who has been traveling around the world due to work, due to personal interests or whatever, I pretty much covered. The other day, somebody asked me, I pretty much covered more than 55 countries. I mean, including a lot of very old, very undeveloped places in Africa, etc. So I've seen the world, and I've seen whatever the Western, you call it Western democracy or Western hypocrisy, has done for the rest of the third world country. And
right, but also,
I
also like to, I mean, do you agree again that not everyone in the West is like that? Isn't it? Right?
No, not at all. So
yeah.
So that's the thing about, you see, this is a concept or this approach. I mean, by not a very bad person, but definitely not a very good person.
Sorry. And likewise, not everybody in China is like that, because you obviously have the people who are trying to preach about still the massacre in Tiananmen and trying to upset Hong Kong. These are the Chinese people, the real Chinese people who are trying to uprise against Chinese people, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, if you're just reading the history about China, there's always two parts to it. I mean, there are the winning ones, there are the losing ones, but of course you also can tell that there are the rebellious type always throughout. So it's always the way. But somehow in the West, these days, you have this kind of quote unquote political rightness, right? Or the correction or correctness. Very much being correct politically for the sake of correct politically. That is something very, very upset, not very disappointing. So, for example, in the UK, okay, when I was a student, by the way, I was reading, I was in Cambridge back then. Very much involved in some newspapers, not contribution, but actually, by way of donation somehow. So one of them is The Guardian. We all know The Guardian, right? In the UK, the newspaper. And it has it's not really owned by corporate, so they really appreciate a lot of donation. Back then, The Guardian is very much the anti-nuclear expansion, the really, how to say, speak out for the low part of the society, the unprivileged, or maybe even not very lefty, but somehow definitely not the right, the the Queen and the King, and I only serve Queen Elizabeth somehow. Not those Etonian type of old gentlemen. But look at the Guardian these days. They pretty much publish anything if it's politically correct, and that is just disappointing.
Right. To serve their own government's narrative. That's it, right?
No, but that's the problem, Noel. They don't have to, because they are not owned by a corporate. They're not the BBCs. They're not the the Daily Telegraphs, which is owned maybe by the Murdoch family or whoever. But the Guardian, no, they're owned by, somehow like a partnership, like in the law firm, like a partnership. But they do receive a lot of small donations and big donations, etc. So paper like that, also paper like that with a bit lefty spirit, somehow these days becomes one of the one of the 鹰犬 somehow in the press. It's just disappointing.
Right. Well, I appreciate that input, Tang Ling. So tomorrow's a Saturday. You're having any things planned for yourself and your family?
Yeah, we have some family stuff going on. So Saturday is always one of the busiest days. So
Right. You've been in Singapore since the COVID situation, right?
No, actually, that's the thing. I left Singapore just before the outbreak in Wuhan.
Okay.
So I pretty much not stuck in China, but right now I'm in China, by the way. I'm not really stuck in China because we have a lot of relatives here, and I do have some close relatives, cousins, etc. Also in Japan too. But we do have a house or something also in China, so we just can come back here and stay. That's not a problem.
Nice.
Even though as a Singapore citizen, I still have a long-term sort of stay, like a PR, not like a PR, like a long-term pass or something.
Okay.
Yeah, but I quite like to go back, but the thing is, situation in Singapore is also developing. Let's put it this way.
Yeah, it is developing.
And also, I've got a vaccination here already, so that's why I was asking you whether you got your vaccination yet. So, but clearly, the Singapore government right now taking a cautious view regarding the Sinovac and the Chinese made vaccine. So if I go back now, I still need to serve the quarantine time applied. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to go back right now.
Understood. Okay, understood. Yeah,
Okay.
also, yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for joining, and look forward to hearing from you again next time when we do another live stream.
Yes, that will be lovely. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for accepting my call.
No problem. It's a great pleasure.
Okay, you have a safe flight then. Enjoy yourself.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Nicole. Yeah, I will be. I will be doing this again more often, right? If you guys like the interaction, we can definitely do this more often. Hey, Brian. So Brian says very interesting and really appreciate the political comments. Yeah, again, it's just something that we talk about, and because you just mentioned before that you appreciated my videos not being political, and it will continue to not be political, but sometimes we have to also mention about some of the stuff that's happening in our lives. Yes. Eric, people who took the Pfizer also need to be quarantined in China. All right. Okay, guys, we have reached almost 2 hours of the stream. My intention was to just catch up with all my subscribers who are regulars on my live streams and on my premieres. I really appreciate each and every one of you very much. Again, I will be in Chongqing in the next few hours, and I will be firing the camera, going to go live as much as I can, even if it's for a few, like 20 minutes, if I'm on location. And let's just hope if I can bring you guys along as if I'm bringing you guys along for the Chongqing trip. All right. On that note, thank you so much. I'm going to finish off the stream. I'm going to take some rest, and at 5 o'clock, I'll be checking in. Thank you so much for your well wishes. Thank you so much all for your super chats. I really appreciate it. Tang Ling, Nicole, and one more would be work in progress. All right. So thank you again, and I will see you guys very soon. Good night, and take care.